It's a disco night in the city of Boston, the celebration of summer, Donna Summer roller disco, and in the studio, I've got kinfolk. Donna Summer's nephew, Omega Red. How you doing, my man?
What's up, Boston? Omega Red's in the building. Holla at your red Negro. The flow godly, but keep it gangster like Gotti. Got the all seeing eye looking at me counting this money. Minds open, eyes open, it ain't secret societies. The murder rate rise every track that I body.
My name is Robert Grant, aka Omega Red, and I'm from Boston, Massachusetts. Well, my childhood was pretty unique. Grew up in a huge family. Moms and pops were music avid fans, and grew up in the inner city of Dorchester, and then we migrated to the suburbs right outside of Dorchester and Randolph. Had a lot of cousins around, a lot of music, a lot of celebrities where I'm from that came up in that area. So I had a lot of people, that I had that I looked up to, that was successful. So my childhood was pretty good. It's pretty decent. I got to see a lot. I learned about a lot of different things, coming from, a lot of my family members came from a lot of different backgrounds. We were very multicultural. So, it was very interesting growing up where I came from. Well, as a young kid, I grew up playing the saxophone. So I'm an actual musician. So I was in a marching band, jazz band, so I had a love for music in general. But I also had a really famous aunt. She was in the, she won 5 Grammys in the music industry, and she was they call her a pop cultural icon, queen of disco. Her name was Donna Summer. So, I didn't really know too much about her when I was young, as like a young kid. But as I got older and we started to get closer, I started to see, who she was and what she was doing. And then, of course I would always see her at, family events and stuff like that. But we really got close music wise when I started to really get into the industry and make a name for myself. So, she's seen I was taking this really serious. So at that point, that's when, we started to work together. We worked together a few times before we got a record down that was on my last album. But yeah. It was a great journey, and working with my aunt. I learned a lot from her. She passed down a lot of knowledge to me. So the record that we have is called Angel. So you guys can check that out. But that record, it was a really big record, really big feature for me as well. Coming up, and in this, I dabble in the streets a little bit. I used to get in a lot of fights. But, that's through high school. I got kicked out of high school one time and I had to go to another high school. Used to fight a lot. But, I went in the Air Force for about 4 years and I got out and, I still had the hustler mentality, the hustler mind. So that, unfortunately, that ended up putting me in a 3.5-year stint in jail. So I had to sit down for about 3.5 years. And that was a tough period in time in my life because, I got to really see who my friends were and, and who's really there for me. And, but it also saved my life too, though. So it allowed me to kind of reflect on life and, change things for the better. So that's what happened. When I got out, I went full-fledged into the music industry and I didn't look back.